ruthlessly crush the unrest by shutting down life support systems. The people die gruesomely, suffocating in the pitch black and the icy cold, but the harsh lesson has been learned. The survivors bow their heads and return to work without complaint. Well, we solved that problem. Chart new routes. That was thorough. Oh, yes. You're making me feel better about my heretic run? I didn't know Dogmatic was going to be choices like this. I was just like, oh yeah, I'm going to do a Dogmatic run for the Emperor. And then like, some of these options, I'm just like, oh my god. I have tons of plasteel. I have 35 of that, so I'm not gonna use an extractium there. What was that? Pascal says this mining world has been cataloged as normal. No rare or valuable deposits have been detected.
Guys, look at me! I'm so curvy!
Lord Captain, we are passing by a construct marked on the star charts as a dimensional gate. Our augurs are not showing any suspicious energy readings. The device is dormant, thank the Emperor. What is this gate? An ancient Xeno artifact, older than humanity itself. Judging by design, this is a gate leading somewhere. Possibly straight into the wicked abyss of the warp, considering all the nasty crap that used to roam around here. Many captains, Her Ladyship Theodora included, have tried to reveal its secrets, but it seems that no one could figure out how it works. Good for them if you ask me. What was Theodora interested in? Her Ladyship didn't exactly share her plans with us, always kept them close to her chest, but I'll go out on a limb and say she was searching for a way to open the gate and see what's on the other side. The Cognizance fleet conducted its own analysis of this Xeno artifact. All records of the expeditions to the site were added to the exploration catalog. Nasty in what way, exactly? I don't want to repeat the rumors, and I don't know the truth, but it was bad. There was word of ships and even whole trade convoys disappearing. Captains started avoiding the system until eventually the Lord Inquisitor came here and made short work of it. Hasn't been much in the way of rumors ever since. Actually, the Inquisition made sure Voidsmen kept their mouths shut. Whatever the gate used to spew out, it must have been profane and a danger to humanity. Report received. I wish to study the construct. Lord Captain, I would advise against approaching the gate. The Inquisition has declared the entire area around it off limits and packed it with mines. Our augurs won't be able to detect them. Ignore the construct. Consider it done. Alright. Let's see. Enemies of humanity. Okay, ship battle. What do we got? Bro, I haven't even had a turn yet. I've already gotten rammed? Oh my god. Alright, so there's at least 5 enemy ships? Oh my god. Alright, destroyed that one, but it blew up right in my face. Okay.
Point master, if you please.
Deploy some drones. Wait, what? Shoot. This is the intersection. At the end of each turn, the most damaged sector of the flagship shields restored to 50% strength. Okay, good. I think that's fine. So yeah, that restored the rear shields. Okay. Interceptors move. Our escort frigate moved. Heartless moves. Got rammed! Oh my god. These guys just yeet onto the screen. Heartless taking a lot of fire.
Engage the lads! Unleash our fury!
One down. Warp wave on this guy. Ah, 1 damage.
Sail upon the seas of void.
Heartless took damage from the explosion. Heartless destroyed now.
Engage the lads! Unleash our fury!
Shallow jump so we can use the side guns.
The symphony of macro cannons.
That thing is sturdy.
Provided another victory of two
Nice.
great dynasties.
Galleon Ceramite Void Ship Plating. Protects 7 damage, disarm 3 points in the foreground. So my current plating reduces damage taken by 5 everywhere. This one is 7 less damage on the left and right, but only 3 less damage on the front and back. Probably keep my current one. Just got home for more. What's up, Mr. Matty Man? Let's see. Repair. Void Ship Management. Let's equip that. Okay. Alright, think we're done in this area. Let's take a look at the big map again. Lord Captain, urgent report from the vessel's shrine. A group of unknown assailants has invaded his temple and plundered the incorruptible relics from your ancestors. What? Slaughtering devout worshippers as they went. The high factotum is among the casualties. What? The high factotum is among the casualties? Had Master Montag and Mr. Sarback not arrived in time. Fortunately, Master Danrock survived and remains conscious. Why did you just say he's among the casualties? Albeit in great pain. He implores your lordship to come to the temple and hear his confession. And so it comes to pass. Cabela's somber voice fills the broadcast. I performed a reading of his tarot after the morning watch siren, but the visions went by the Undying One were too indistinct. I saw rivers of blood flowing toward the bones of the dead and a blurred figure laughing, treading upon the ashes of the fallen. It is now clear the Undying One desires me to follow the figure's tracks. Thus my hunt begins. Okay. Have to bring Cabela, which is fine. I like having her in the party right now. That he's a casualty does not mean that he's dead. Isn't the definition of a casualty someone who died? Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna educate myself. Define casualty. A person killed or injured in a war or accident. Okay. I thought casualty was someone who like died in combat or in an accident or something. I did not know it also described injured people. Mandantor, yeah. Well, this isn't me mispronouncing. This is me not understanding there was another version of the definition. Alright, let's see. The Master-at-Arms is barking orders, Confessor Adalbert is murmuring a prayer, and the Infernus Master is circling the chapel with a keen eye as if watching for a threat. Cabela quickly sweeps her gaze over the destruction before focusing on the bloody footprints that stretch from the ruins of the reliquary. The High Factotum's velvet coat is streaked with blood, and Janarus himself deathly pale. A Medicae officer is working on the black gunshot wound in his chest, and Janarus grunts faintly with every touch. He focuses his eyes on you with tremendous effort. Forgive me for not greeting your lordship with a bow. I must tell you, Nemesite has stolen the great relic. Janris, what happened here? Serfs in red headscarves burst into the chapel and started shooting. Their leader made for the relic, the remains of honorable rogue traders brought here from the mutant-sullied crypt. And when I realized that the sacred ashes of your ancestors were about to fall into the filthy hands of a heretic, one intent on desecrating the glorious dynasty, no, that could not be allowed to happen. I blocked his path. Janris briefly closes his eyes, gathering his strength. The bastard allowed himself a few vile insults against me, which I am obliged to admit, but I did not give in to the provocation. I was hoping to buy myself some time. Then this so-called Nemesite started reviling the customs of the ship, berating its officers and enforcers, before insulting the very name of your lordship yourself. I threw my glove in his face and demanded a duel. What? But the honorless villain shot me. He laughed at me, the depraved creature. He winces, either from a new burst of pain or from the memory of the humiliation he so recently endured. Then he committed sacrilege by stealing the relic and shattering the sarcophagus. Forgive me, your lordship, I have failed to preserve the sacred ashes of your ancestors. Inspect the empty altar behind him. The reliquary has been brutally smashed, and the bed on which the sacred ashes of past rogue traders and their servants once rested is now empty. Dude, the number 5. Were you even trying? No, I'll feel bad. Hold on, Janris. I will not let you die here. Proud to serve the dynasty. Janris's thoughts are becoming muddled. The papers, your lordship. Have the clerk double-check the freight bills. I did not have time to get the seals. My will is in the left-hand drawer. This guy. How badly is the high factotum wounded? He is losing a lot of blood. The Medicae officer casts a worried look at you. I advise you to hurry. Master Danrock should be on the chirurgeon's table as soon as possible. I'm holding on, your lordship. Worry not. What matters now is that you recover the relic. The factotum groans as the Medicae officer pulls the blood-soaked bandages aside and shakes his head dolefully. Some miracle preserved Danrock's life long enough that he might address you. His fate now rests in the hands of the Emperor. May he show mercy to this selfless man. Heinrich, did you see the attack? I did not. I was on my way to offer prayer when I heard gunfire and ran as fast as I could. When I got here, I saw Master Danrock, and I think the next thing I did was just to press his wound and spout curses. Heinrich looks at his bloodied hands in confusion. So much for being a heroic repairman. I wasn't much use, was I? Nemesite. Yet another spin on that old wives' tale. This old wives' tale was blessed with amazing corporeality. Whoever the bastard in the red scarf was, he went by that name and spoke very impertinently of your lordship. He dared to threaten you and promise that for every dead serf from the Foundry Bay, 3 occupants of upper decks would perish. Despicable villain. Oh, because I turned off the life support! Yeah, I crushed the whole rebellion by just flipping a switch. So they're mad. Just another arrogant rebel, wrapping himself in a crimson rag and wreaking havoc for the adoration of the commoners. Not this time. No one has ever dared to raid the upper decks before. Never in the ship's history has the fury of the rabble been so blind and fierce. I will strangle this Nemesite with my own 2 hands! May the Emperor protect your... The factotum's eyes roll back as his enormous frame gives a convulsive shudder. The Medicae officer snatches a syringe of stimulant and speaks decisively. Apologies, your lordship, but we are taking Master Danrock away. He is unable to tell you anything more at present, and every second of delay could cost him his life. Master Danrock is succumbing to his wounds. Get him to the chirurgeons. I always thought that was a weird word. Chirurgeons. Heinrich watches the limp body of the factotum get carried away and chews grimly on the low stick that has appeared between his teeth. So what do we have so far? Master Danrock is on his deathbed. All the attackers are either dead or have absconded along with the sacred relic, and the witnesses all agree on this one thing. Nemesite and his accomplices came out of nowhere and struck suddenly. Only the throne knows where we can find these bastards now. Heinrich, how are you always here? We will find them. Sarbak's voice is full of terrible fury. We will turn this vessel inside out if we must. There is nowhere even a void rat can... There is no need. The Blood's whisper will lead us to Nemesite. Cabela's words make the two exchange puzzled glances. The Blood's whisper. Did you perform another divination? Yes and no. His tarot guided me here and told me of the evil that lurked in the shrine. But beyond that, the bloody path carelessly tread by the raiders will reveal the truth. With all due respect, Spinner, the enforcers have already questioned all the witnesses and compiled an extensive list of evidence, none of which tells us anything about how or where the troublemaker calling himself Nemesis might have escaped to. Kibella, tell us everything you know. Kibella sharply turns to face the crimson splashes on the floor and walls of the shrine. Her pupils dilate, threatening to drown her irises in darkness. Her expression turns distant, her voice becoming low and strange. This blood is drawn in a pattern of retribution. The one who spilt it appeared later. They moved swiftly and furiously, numb to their own wounds. An enforcer who was drawn to the gunfire and witnessed the sacrilege? Probably. As for this pattern, Kibella points to a barely visible chain of scarlet droplets, made in fury and desperation. The one who left it was wounded, but they did not flee. They fought back while they could, and then they retreated into the darkness. Kibella's eyes close as she falls silent, and then she exhales sharply and points a steel claw into the darkness of the maintenance tunnels hidden within the walls of the shrine. If the attackers have escaped through the maintenance tunnels, we can send in the enforcers after them. The technical corridors extend hundreds of meters in different directions. Nemesis and his men must be familiar with the tunnels and possess either map or guide. Without a clear trail, the enforcers risk getting lost and wasting valuable time, not to mention the fact that those narrow tunnels are perfect for an ambush. So we still have no idea where to find Nemesis. The tunnels are only answering the question of how he left. Now, Death will tell us where he was heading. She has got some creepy powers. Never a dull day on the mighty Bodie McBoatface. No. As if in a trance, Kibella leans over a body and peers into his eyes. He stinks of smoke. The smoke of singed coveralls, vile low sticks, burnt sacred unguents, and charred meat. She slides a pale hand along the dead man's skin and snakes it under the sleeves of his coveralls, which she pushes back to reveal a fresh burn, bandaged with a torn scrap of shirt. Her steel claws dig into the dead man's arm. Your wound holds the answer. You dressed it carefully. Not inside the shrine, before that. Something struck you, ripped the tissue apart, burned you, turned your hand into a worthless lump. It was not fire, no. Drawing a ragged breath, Kibella opens her eyes. The fury of the conductive charge. It has marked you, heretic. I recognize your wound, for I myself have encountered it on those I take to the other side within the plasma drive chambers. Sarback, gather the enforcers. We follow Nemesis' trail. No, Daman, you must stay. You are the one Nemesis has challenged, and those we hunt know you by sight. You will frighten away the prey, and we will lose the trail until the next tragedy occurs. Kibella's unblinking gaze meets your own. What do you suggest we do, Kibella? I will go to the plasma drive chambers alone. I will track down the false champion and all who serve him, and I will prepare the grounds for your own hunt. Out of the question, an enforcer squad would certainly scare off the vermin, but I am not letting you go alone, Servant of Death. You and I will go to the chambers together, and together we will bring down all who have dared to insult the Lord Captain. I'm going too. I have a couple of good friends in the plasma drive chambers, the nosy kind who know everything about everyone. Convincing them shouldn't be difficult, especially if I pull a few favors. It'll be the three of us then. What a company. Heinrich's grim laughter echoes inside the shrine. I didn't authorize that. Continue. There's an awkward pause. Kibella takes a long look at the officers' faces before finally nodding her assent. So be it. But not like this. Much like your faces, your guises are too conspicuous. Kibella is right. It would be prudent to use a disguise. The enforcers will procure regular work clothes for us. We will carry only inconspicuous weapons that we can hide easily in our tool bags. It will help us blend in with the crowd. Before I depart to hunt the Nemesis, I ask the Daman to bless me. I pledge never to leave your side, yet the hunt demands that I do just that. Grant me this permission by performing the ceremony of twining? Kibella nods toward the altar. When your people have taken their leave, under the gaze of the Undying One, we will begin the rite. The fuel for the engine is people. Wait, who in the what now? The fuel... No, the fuel for the engine is like promethium, which is like gas and oil. No, there are some chaos engines that the fuel is people, but that's, you know, the work of the devil. That's bad stuff. What is this ceremony? The rite of blessing for the sacred hunt. With it, the Daman cast their shadow over the rite of carnage. Under your benediction, I will strike harder and tread more softly. Very well. Let the ceremony commence. With your permission, Lord Captain, the Infernus Master and I will take our leave now and set out to prepare for the descent into the chambers. We dare not intrude, your lordship. Sit down now, Daman, and listen. Let the ceremony of twining begin. Under a finely honed blade, Kibela carves an intricate symbol into the floor. She then produces a small bundle wrapped in incense-laden parchment and sets it alight. You are my Daman. I am your blade, and I am honed by your blessing. My arms are strong while your will is strong, and as long as the Undying One hears my prayers, my feet will go unhurt. Her blade kisses her palm, and dark blood begins to trickle and spread over the bottom of the ritual cup that has just now appeared in her hands. With our blood, with our will, we shall spin a scarlet web, the symbol of the hunt. May it herald our praised demise. Kibela puts the dagger into your hand, and you suddenly feel how heavy your eyelids have become. Your heartbeat slows inside your chest. Her words linger, then rush through your mind in a deluge. The heavy scent of incense envelops you and makes your head spin. Dude, why does everyone want my blood? Like, every machine in this ship, every ritual. Yeah, we're gonna need more blood. These people working for corn. I feel strange. What is happening? For the twining to happen, you must first expand your mind. See the unseen, hear the unheard. Those who live and die by the tenets of the web often burn sacred essences, and your body is not yet accustomed to them. Daman, your mind is trying to grasp at new boundaries. Do not resist, breathe deeply, learn. Must I really wound myself for this? The price of victory, the price of defeat, is always measured in blood. Give the Undying One but a few drops today, and may he prevent your flagship from running thick with rivers tomorrow. Make a small cut on your palm. The pain gives way to a burning sensation as Kibela grasps your hand and squeezes it over the ritual cup. But this new discomfort is quickly replaced again, this time by a dull numbness and the faint warmth of blood flowing from your open wound. The twining is the blood oath I have made to my lord. Kibela dips her fingers in the spilt blood and traces a symbol, first on her own forehead, then on yours. It appears to resemble a blade that is cutting through an intricate knot. Anoint me with your blessing, Daman, and may the ceremony of twining commence. Kibela's face blurs before your eyes. No matter how hard you try to focus and dispel the vision, in place of her face you see a death mask, a broken skull with hollow eye sockets. I bless you, and so on and so forth. Kind of like this one. May your loyalty to the flagship be ever our steady guide during this mission. I am your shield, your shadow, your weapon. Your enemies will find only vengeance in the close embrace of my blades. Kibela thinks for a moment. Your body cannot accompany us on this chase, Daman, but your spirit. There's nothing your spirit cannot do. The twining is complete. You and I are now bound by blood oath. Think of me while I hunt, and as will I think of you. Become a thought flowing through my mind. If the Undying One is gracious to us, he will send you dreams. And in those dreams, you will see me. If he... Oh, I'm already doing that. If he is more gracious still, those dreams will be truthful. Is this some kind of psycho sorcery? She snaps in irritation. Do not sully your lips with such suspicions. We are neither witches nor accursed sorcerers. We are his votaries, and for our true service we are thus rewarded. This is no profane psychic art, but the blessing of the Undying One, bestowed upon the spinners of the blood-spun web. A thin thread of spiritual kinship that connects the fates of the Damani with those of their shadows. I trust you, Kibela. Let us begin. You perceive a faint smile from beneath the death mask. Kibela hands you the cup and begins tracing her finger around the bottom while whispering a prayer. Watch now, Daman. What does thy seeing eye behold in the converging patterns of blood? She draws your attention to the symbols she has inscribed. You see shifting images in the blood, a spider crafting a fine web, blurred shadows that could resemble either a swarm of void rats or an enraged hound, crossed blades, a card of the Emperor's Tarot, but as soon as your gaze lingers on any of them, reality bleeds through the fluid shapes. Soon your spirit will be able to follow me. I will bid the servants to carry your body to your chambers where you will not be disturbed. Wait in silence and safety. For me, the hunt has begun. She's like, oh boy, here I go killing again. Kibela's footsteps fade away, melting into the same impenetrable darkness in which her consciousness is extinguished. Okay. So now I'm gonna go take a nap and dream about killing people? Oh, are we gonna play Cabela during this? Stale air, oppressive no- Oh, look at her portrait. She's got the mask back on now. The hum and whir of machinery drown out all thoughts. This place rings with tension. Is it the powerful energy coursing through the cables, or have the wails of the workers merged into a cacophony of indignant whispers and desperate prayers? Lost, mired in petty troubles, unmindful of duty, their voices creak as if covered in dust, and their eyes are dimmed by the endless drudgery and lack of light here on the working decks of the Damon's great ark. I've seen it before. In these murky depths, people become creatures all too ready to devour each other for worldly gains, fleeting pleasures, or imaginary freedom from obligation born from the abyss of spiritual emptiness. The Undying One punishes them through me. Disgusting mutations, abominations, reflections of vice are born in these shadows, and I will be their doom. The thread shakes, the web is taut. I step silently, may the great hunt begin. The thread shakes, the quarry always leaves a trail. We may not see it, but we can feel it. I taste the air, the scent of fresh dye with the subtle note of sparks. This is new, pleasant. The upper decks reek of luxury, but here I feel comfortable. There is something else. This is it. I recognize the smell. Unguent, low, burnt meat. Just like inside the shrine, the time has come to spin the scarlet web. The web is taut, know the hunting ground. To find the enemy, I must listen. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. The rhythmic beat of engines and pumps. That is the ship's breathing. That is the ship's heartbeat. Is it strange that I feel at home among the workers of the lower decks who pass their time like the living dead? Warmth spreads upon my chest. I like to think that it is the connection with which the Undying One is bound and my Daman fates together. Cannot talk. He has blessed us and we hunt as one. I step silently. Darkness is our ally. Merge with the shadows. In the twilight of the chamber, barely illuminated by flickering candlelight, I become like them, the lost mired servants. They will become unwitting allies in my hunt. Their hopelessness, their desperation, their thirst for survival will become tools for my use. Where's the second spinner? We were supposed to meet here. You know that feeling when you're being stared at, but you can't tell by or who by or where from? I have that right now. Yeah, she's right there. Footsteps. Two are coming toward me. Familiar gates. Those are the Damon's servants. I would not be surprised if the cultists set out on the trail of Nemesite alone. The spinners are arrogant. We are just another soul to them. A gift to offer death. Steel Mistress's voice is hard and cold, like her will. I can see in her eyes she dislikes me. She is wary, and so she should be, for we serve the Daman, not one another. Does this remind you of anyone at all, Joe Costa? The man is enamored with fire. Even his words sound full of biting flames, and he himself enjoys playing with fire. Too much so. They bicker again, their mutual animosity may disrupt the hunt. Examine Steel Mistress and Flaming Voice. To the lay people, the two are now scarcely distinguishable from the common serfs. In a world where status and privilege are defined by appearance, a single piece of rotten cloth is enough to lower your standing. We will become spectral hounds and follow the trail without drawing attention. Step forward. I am here. It's been a bad day. I want a soda to make myself feel pleasure in this horrible universe. Cabela shows up and stabs you. There she is. Welcome to the Plasma Drive Chambers, esteemed holy assassin. You can exchange pleasantries later. Lieutenant Godierda is on duty in this compartment. I have ordered her to gather information on all the workers who wear red scarves and have recently left the bay. This is pointless. The red scarf is not proof of guilt, it is merely a symbol. It could be a trap. I need to find her. I will watch the Enforcer and those who are watching her in turn. Your Enforcer knows nothing about life in this compartment, I guarantee it. I have a better source of information, good friend of mine who knows a lot about delicate matters. If it would be all too easy to get him to talk, he's terrified of pain and death. Only the faithless fear death. I will not trust him. Let him trust me so that his trust may become a snare for my hunt. I cut them off with a gesture. Their methods of hunting are not mine, but I take the grain of truth from their words and weave it into my plan. We need to provoke them into making a move.